Hello again. Now, the 2022 tax season is here, and with it, concerns about SARS' commitment to processing refunds to taxpayers. This follows complaints brought before the tax Ombud about these delays. One of the issues is a delay in revision assessments by SARS after disputes are finalized. But SARS has now committed to issuing revisions within 45 days of finalizing disputes. Let's speak now to Gert van Heerden from the Tax Ombud's Legal Services and Systemic Investigations. Gert, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. 1st of July is tomorrow. Can you believe it? Half of the year is already gone. And it also means for many people that is a tax season is upon us. How should we as taxpayers approach this season?
Well, I think one of the main things is that we must just ensure that we make our declarations with full honesty and we ensure that we include everything that we have in it.
Yeah, so one of the issues that you deal with as a tax ombud, of course, the main issue is complaints. What are the main ones that you've been getting?
Over the past couple of years, the main things are dispute resolution, delay in refunds, and delay in finalization of verifications. And when it comes to delay in finalization of verifications, we're also seeing some verifications being done over and over again. SARS is focusing on exactly the same issues, and they keep on doing the same verifications.
Yeah, so, I mean, people would claim as they submit their returns for all sorts of things, including the new phenomenon of working from home, the home office, which has been upon us since the advent of the coronavirus on our shores, as an example, for more people. Not that other people were not working from home before, but many more people have been doing so. What kind of, where is SARS having an issue with in terms of verifying whether or not those items are claimable?
I think the biggest problem that we are seeing in terms of home office expenses is that people do think that they can claim any expense, but there are very specific requirements for home office expenses. And even though there has been some relaxation in terms of how SARS deals with it, people must still ensure that they know exactly what the requirements are before they make any claims in that regard, or any claims for any declaration in that matter.
Okay, let's talk about refunds. I mean, what would you as Tax Ombud's office advise taxpayers to do when they have an issue? Maybe they are being assessed and again, and the refunds is taking long. What should they do?
Okay, when it comes to refunds, we must just make sure that we understand that SARS is allowed to do verifications. They are allowed to do audits, and they have to do that as well to make sure that those refunds are actually legitimate and that people do not fraudulently claim refunds. So we must make sure that people understand that SARS is not only allowed, but they're obliged to do it, and it's in all our best interest for them to do it. But they cannot take an indefinite time to finalize verifications and audits. So in terms of verifications, SARS has given an undertaking to actually finalize those verifications within 21 days after taxpayers submit all the information. And the most important thing about verifications is that taxpayers need to make sure that they provide the correct information that SARS is looking for, because that's where we're seeing a lot of delays happening. And those delays tie into assessments being raised that should never have been raised, as we pointed out in our investigation into the dispute resolution procedure a couple of years ago. So people need to object to those assessments whenever, and they eventually get to the point where they have to appeal to it. And when they get to the appeal stage, it becomes a document exchange exercise, and only at that stage does SARS get the right information from taxpayers. So we really need to try to avoid a situation where we are not giving SARS the information they need to finalize those verifications.
When do you as a Tax Ombud's office step in? When can you step in to assist?
We assist in any complaint relating to procedural administrative complaints against SARS or service-related complaints against SARS. So we can assist, for instance, if SARS does not finalize a dispute within an objection within 60 days as they are prescribed by law to do, we can assist in those instances. But we can also assist in many other instances. Whenever SARS makes an error procedurally or administratively, we can get involved and we can assist people to get the complaints resolved.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Gert. Of course, he's from the Tax Ombud's office.